What's up, guys? For today's video, I sat down with Ken Knows, formerly known as the Negus Corner, to have a discussion about the current state of Splatoon 3. Throughout this video, we'll talk about our general thoughts of the game right now, as well as our in-depth opinions on the recent Sizzle season. As you can see, this discussion is pretty lengthy, so I included some timestamps down below for you guys who are only interested in hearing us talk about certain things. Either way, grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's talk about the current state of Splatoon 3. Well, isn't this a nice return to form, Ken? It has been a long time since we have done a corner store episode.
Yeah, it has. My name changed.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, we can't even really call it the corner store anymore because you don't even go by that anymore.
I still keep it like, it's always going to be the Negus Corner. It's just that it's just a branding change. That's
Gotcha. Okay, so the name still works.
Yeah, the name still works.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny. Somebody actually said that, like, the lore of it all is that my Octoling is named Negus, so it doesn't matter what actually I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it. I mean, I like that because it makes the name of this work still. So
yes.
But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, so we used to do this series on both of our channels called The Corner Store, which was like kind of like a weekly little podcast, I guess you could call it, right?
It was.
Where we did it mainly before Splatoon 3 came out, and then once the game came out, we kind of stopped doing it just because we were so busy making like other content about the game. But yeah, we had a lot of like, theoretical, analytical prediction talk about it, and it's really fun. Actually, I did miss doing it, so I'm glad that we're back here, doing it once again. So we got a banger today. All right, we're gonna be talking about the state of Splatoon 3, and just that's how I reacted to. Yeah, we're in for a long, heated discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna just talk about we're gonna talk about Splatoon 3 generally, like what do we think about it, what would we rate it, and then like we'll get into specifics of the Sizzle season, the most recent season, because I think a lot of people are curious on what we think about that. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
Right.
All right, so here, let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to ask you, just right off the bat, I know it's something you typically do at the end, but I just want to ask you right off the bat. What would you rate Splatoon 3 right now in its current state out of 10?
Right now in its current state, because of everything that's going on, adding like, the Sizzle season coming in, I've said from the beginning that I gave the game like around a 7, and the reason why I can't give the game higher than a 7 is because of the internet issues. And I still think that holds true.
Okay. So 7 is your rating still, or did the internet issues make it move a little bit?
7's, we're going to talk about it more, but 7 is still like, I think that one reason is because I feel like this game still hasn't pushed the bar yet.
Okay.
Further.
That's fair.
In my opinion.
Do you think that will happen? Do you think that bar push is coming still?
I want to say yes, because I believe in the potential of this game. And I think that's like something that I know a lot of people are going to forget about this, but I did say in Splatoon 2, I thought that the game started around there also. And then I think that by the time that the Octo expansion came, that's when the game, like, if you really want to be honest, like I'm being personally honest, I think that's where it was like the 8.5 range, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. So you think maybe, like, who knows, maybe the side order will really boost our opinions on it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the 1 year anniversary has to be a banger, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Like, they have to have something in store for that.
I think that this has to be like, we are now out of, I don't want to call it like, Splatoon beta, but it's like we're now out. You remember in Splatoon 2 where the game just started to like really be like, yo, this is opening up.
Yeah, I do.
And I feel like we haven't hit that moment with Splatoon 3 yet.
No, I totally agree.
We hit the shock of Splatoon 3. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, like everything's new, everything's whatever. And then it was like, oh, there's not a lot of weapons in this game. A lot of the kits are bad. But like, I feel like a lot of also people forget like the progress of what it was for Splatoon 2 because it was kind of similar but worse. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I do hope that the next season is just like it just stomps on all the past seasons. Cause like, I don't know.
Wait. You didn't say your ranking. You can't just leave me out there to
no.
dry.
No. I was about to get to that. But I'm just agreeing with you still though. Like I just say,
all right, cool.
Like yeah, we'll talk more about season specifics later when we talk about the Sizzle season. But yeah, right. I just the next one needs to have more stuff. I think. Right. But okay, my rating is actually okay. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought you'd go lower.
No,
I thought you'd lower? Be why?
Because here's the big part for me, right? With the internet issues, I can't excuse that it went backwards, right? But the problem is Salmon Run is absolutely amazing. There are like, I wholeheartedly enjoy Salmon Run. There are still elements of the game I still enjoy, like a lot. But the PvP and like the thing is, I can give like somebody that says, oh, they think the game is higher because of their competitive experience. That's perfectly fine. But these internet issues are beyond terrible. So that's what it is.
It's really, really bad. Yeah. So we'll get into that in just a second. Yeah. But here, I'll get my rating just because I know people probably want to hear it at this point. I've been teasing it for like 5 minutes. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. For me.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. I see where. What's the 0.5?
What's the 0.5?
Yeah.
Well, okay. When we talk about Sizzle season, we'll get into that. But it has to deal with Sizzle. You can probably guess what it is. But yeah.
That makes sense.
No. But there's some other things too. But yeah, so that's my rating. And I seriously thought you were gonna go like 6. I'm very surprised. But also,
like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think that you've seen, like, a lot of people have seen my frustration. Like, if you've come to my stream, you've seen my frustration. But there are levels, even like today when I've streamed like Salmon Run, and I'm just like, yo, I really enjoy this. And when Splatoon is going well, that game is great.
Yeah. It's okay, dude. It's kind of funny. Like both you and me. Again, people who used to listen to the Corner Store will realize this. But like you and I used to like shit on Salmon Run so hard, and now we both enjoy it.
You're right.
And that just goes to show how much they improved it and all the content they're adding to Salmon Run. Like Salmon Run is winning so hard in this game. It feels like they care more about Salmon Run sometimes than the actual PvP. Yeah, so Salmon Run does boost it for me definitely as well. Although I feel like lately, since Sizzle season, I actually haven't played much Salmon Run. I did try the new map. I think it's good. But I've just been so occupied with like the actual PvP stuff that I haven't had much time to play it.
That makes sense.
But yeah, like Salmon Run, like they put so much effort towards it. Like you get new maps, new bosses, and like they made more efforts to like fix the lag in Salmon Run.
Yes.
Which is I love it, but at the same time, like, could you do this for PvP? Like, yeah. And then, so here, I want to talk about at least one more thing, just in general, Splatoon. Let's talk about the maps, because this is something that I think drags the game down, like, on everyone's scale out of 10. I'm sure this knocks it down by, like, at least 1 or 2 whole levels for a lot of people. Especially competitive players. Maybe casual players don't care that much about this, but if you're a competitive player, you definitely care about this.
Can I be honest with you, bro?
Yeah, go.
I think that it matters if you played Splatoon 2 first. I think a lot of the casuals do care, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because the maps are better in that game, so they notice the difference, right?
For Turf War, yes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, here, let's be specific here. It's the new maps that they've introduced, and the returning Splatoon 1 maps. The Splatoon 2 ones, they don't change them, so therefore, and they're bringing back decent ones from Splatoon 2. So like those are fine. Those are the best maps in Splatoon 3 probably right now. The Splatoon 2 ones.
I agree.
But like the Splatoon 1 maps, they butchered what? They butchered Flounder. They butchered Mahi, Hammerhead. What's the other one that they brought back? Or is that all?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
Well,
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, either way, I don't think it's very good. Whatever it is, whatever the last one is. And then, but what's really bad
Museum.
Oh yeah, museum. Okay, well, museum is probably the best one of the four.
Yeah.
I don't mind museum, but still, like compared to the Splatoon 1 variant, which had like that extra spinner and like the top near the spawn and stuff, and it was just overall like bigger. I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, the real culprit here are the Splatoon 3 new maps. The new Splatoon 3 maps. Like, oh gosh. Dude. What is up with the Tetris shapes, man?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like there's a direction that they're trying to swing Splatoon. And like, it's kind of funny. I feel like while even the competitive players don't like it, I feel like they're trying to like find a direction with these maps, right?
Do you think they're intentionally trying to make it like simple?
Yes, I think they are. Personally, I really do, because think about Splatoon 2. What was like, the biggest complaints? Oh, this map is, sucks because of the fact that like it's so different from like its TC route or whatever it is, like the splat zones is so much better. But I feel like when you have that, like, obviously I'm not saying that this is good, I'm not at all, but it looks like they're doing it to like try to get rid of that situation where you're looking at, like, say for instance, Moray Towers Clan Blitz is nowhere near the same as like Moray Towers Rainmaker. Like they were completely like, it was so different. But like when you look at like a Brine Water, what's the difference between Brine Water like Rainmaker and Brine Water like Clan Blitz?
Yeah, like there's not that many like changes to the map layout, is what you're saying, right? Like,
and that's what I'm kind of that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's kind of like, I feel like if that is their mentality, like they solved one problem but created another. Problem. Because the problem now is that the maps are all okay. Again, we're just talking about the Splatoon 3 new maps here. They're all the same ass shape, that weird Tetris shape. They're all kind of bland. Some people might get offended that I said that, but I'm sorry, they kind of are.
Ask the question: Barnacle and Dime.
Okay, how do you feel about that? I was just about to say Barnacle and Dime. Okay, I don't like it as much as other people seem to, because I saw like some top players saying, "Oh my god, this map is actually like the first good Splatoon 3 map." It's like, okay, I don't agree. I wouldn't call it good. When I first played it, I actually hated it. But the reason why I think I hated it was because that map had really bad frame rate issues.
It's so bad.
It's like, how did you release it like this? Did you guys not test it? It's like, I don't understand.
I yelled the same thing. I was like, yo, what happened?
Yeah, it's like, is it like two people in charge of releasing the maps and they don't test it before they release it?
Can I be real with you?
Yeah.
If they had said, because of what's happening, we'll hold on to this for a little bit, I would have been like, you know what, cool.
Yeah, I would understand that. I mean, I'd make fun of them a little bit. I'd make fun of them a little bit, because it's like, how is this not ready yet? But then at the same time, like, don't release a unfinished thing that wasn't tested. And it took them like, what, 15 days to fix it too? Like,
yeah. I think that
I won't harp on that, but yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah. No, I another thing I was gonna say is that I really do think that when it comes to the maps, I don't want to say it like this, but I feel like Splatoon is like losing its way a little bit, where I feel like they are trying to turn Splatoon into a sweat fest. And I feel like the maps are like the biggest like point at that, where they're trying to make everybody engage in fights, when that wasn't like basically what Splatoon was really about in the beginning. Like, it was like that game, it has competitive elements to it, but it was like, you had the casual part of it. You had the part where like Moray Towers, like you would be able to paint around the whole entire map before you actually interacted with somebody. Camp Triggerfish, like you could literally go the whole entire time without interacting with it, with anybody.
Yeah, you just run around and then loop around on Camp Triggerfish.
Yes, so that experience is completely gone in Splatoon 3. Like, can you think of a map that has that even?
No, yeah, you're right. Well, look,
So it's like a.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because I didn't actually finish my thought on Barnacle and Dime.
Oh, go ahead.
I will say like it. I do think it's one of the better new maps they've introduced, but I still don't think it's
also.
even after the frame rate fix. I do enjoy playing on it way more now after they fixed it, but I don't think it's like, you know, it's not like this grand, amazing map like some other people are acting. In my opinion, of course.
I agree with you.
But to what you were saying just now about like how there's no real like feeling of like the Splatoon 1, like I guess the best way I could put it is like these Splatoon 3 maps feel like it feels very gimmickless, I guess is the way to put it. Like, you know, in Splatoon 1 and even 2, some of the maps, like, they had some cool, like, gimmicks going on. Like, what was it? Camp Triggerfish had the moving platforms and stuff, or, like, the drawbridge.
Right.
Oh, wait, actually, well, that was only Turf War. But still, like, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, even the new Splatoon 3 maps, none of them have any, like, fun Turf War gimmicks.
Nope. They have no gimmicks at all.
Yeah. So, I really am curious. I would love to hear their. Well, actually, they would never admit this, but
No.
like, if your mentality is correct, or just a matter of like they're lazy and they don't want to like make different, like, because you know how you were just saying in Splatoon 2 how like the same maps had like different layouts for different modes. Like maybe they're making simple maps so they don't have to bother with that. Do you think maybe that's what it is?
Can I be honest with you? So like I really try to stay away from like the game dev talk, because I always try to say I'm not a game dev, but like, because I don't understand like how long it takes, how things get, like, you know, how things are going. But like, I've said it from a long time ago that I wish that we got a hardware upgrade, because I don't know if it's either too much work, and I don't know if it's either the fact that maybe like, you know, these changes are, maybe they saw something and they were like, oh no, we can't do this again with like Splatoon 2, like just Splatoon 3. I don't know, because when you look at the maps and the sizings and like how things are, you would think that you're right. Like, is it laziness?
Yeah, and then, well, here's the other thing that makes me think it might be.
Or is it not laziness? Is it, are they making them get a product out? And this is another thing that I was like on, and as I said, I know this is like crazy. Are they making them get a product out so they can just keep selling Switches?
Yeah, that's, I mean, look at some of the Nintendo series right now, man. That's definitely a viable thought process for them, so I wouldn't put it past them.
I don't want to think like that, though. Well, and that's the problem. Like, I really don't want to think like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But look, so back to your point that you were saying, how like, you know, they're intentionally making it more simplistic to be more competitive. Here's the other reason why I think it might just be laziness. Because if that's really the case, then why bring back the Splatoon 2 maps, you know? Like, if you want the game to like to be at this simplistic competitive level, then why bring back maps that don't fit that mentality? Like, why not just make all new maps that are simplistic and stuff to fit that, is what I'm thinking.
Aren't those some of like the more simple like Splatoon 2 maps though?
Okay, what is there? There's Inkblot simple, yeah. Wahoo, not really.
Not really. No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
I of course, my mind blanks right now. What are the other two? Sturgeon,
Wahoo, Sturgeon,
and Makomart. Okay, Makomart is simple. Makomart is simple, but Sturgeon has like the spinners and stuff, so it's like, I don't
Manta
know.
Maria. I guess you.
Manta and Humpback. Humpback is simple. Humpback is just weird. But see, Humpback is like nowhere near like the type of shape that they're going for with these new maps. None of them are. None of them are that shape.
Not.
So yeah,
I don't know, man.
Like,
there must have been like a direction change, and they had all of this stuff mapped out, and then like towards the end, they started like, as I said, I'm not a game dev, so I don't know, but like,
yeah, me neither.
It really does feel like the more you bring that up about laziness, it seems like either there was a direction change and like they just like had to get it out, and that was really it. I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe it's
you know, the map conspiracy theorists with like, you know, it's showing Scorch Gorge right now are like, see, it had flank routes.
Yeah. It's like, oh wait, actually, okay, that is true that I forgot. Okay, no, that's right. Actually, no. You know what?
I'm telling you, I think direction change.
Yeah. Okay, you reminded me of something. I did forget that like Scorch Gorge and Eeltail used to like actually like be big and stuff, and then they so yeah, you know what? No, you're right. It's not laziness. I don't think it's laziness,
man.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, because if they had a map with a lot of flank routes and stuff, then they purposefully got rid of it. Then yeah, it's definitely a direction change. But at the same time, that direction change makes no sense, because then why bring back the other maps if you want your game to be like this?
You're right.
It's like, so either way, this doesn't make any sense. That's my point.
Right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so, all right, so in terms of general Splatoon 3 right now, yeah, so there's the maps, there's the horrible netcode, which you already hinted at. But yeah, like we won't dwell on this for too long, but the game's netcode is trash. It's worse than Splatoon 2, and Splatoon 2 was worse than Splatoon 1, so it's like, is Splatoon 4 going to be worse? Is it just gonna get worse it's like, how 5 years later and it's worse? What?
I don't get it. The Windows 98, you know what's funny, the Windows 98 jokes did not age well at all.
Yeah, you're right. Oh god. To be fair, it's not just Splatoon 3 that has this problem, because like going from Mario Kart on the Wii U to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe also has worse internet than Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So
you're the first person to talk about that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it does. That's why I stopped playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, bro. I used to play that competitively. I dropped that because that game is unplayable at a competitive level because there's so much lag crap everywhere. Okay, but we're getting off topic here. But yeah,
that's fine.
The netcode is inexcusable. I don't understand. And then I mean, we'll talk about this again in a little bit, but the Sizzle season, once that came out, I think it felt worse. Not worse than ever, because the worst was like right when the game came out. But this almost feels as bad as that. Like every game I'm getting like scenarios where I kill someone, then I die like a full second. Okay, not a full second,
later,
like half a second, like after they kill me. And before someone brings it up, my internet connection is good. Okay, I'm wired. It's not me. Okay, it's the game.
You know what it is?
Bad. What?
I think it's like, you know, as like when you're younger, you like maybe you don't hyperfixate on it. I don't know what it is. I think the older you get, you start seeing it more.
Maybe,
but like,
yeah.
Bro, the start of this season, in my opinion, it has been the worst when it comes to either there's lag spikes going on. I don't understand with the frame drops, to the point where like, I swear that there are like no regs. So like basically like bullets hitting that aren't being recognized as shots.
Dude, yeah, you're right. I have noticed. I mean, that's always something that I've experienced in Splatoon, and then I contribute some of it to my weapon, because you know, right. I use Tetras. Tetras are a weak weapon. They're a 4-shot kill, and then they actually, their accuracy cannot be the greatest. So sometimes, you know, your shot just goes around them. That's just how it is. But I swear, sometimes my shots just go through people, and it does not. It frustrates me to no end. And like part of me wants to actually make a video where I will just like I'll take clips where I should have killed someone, and then it looks like my shot just went through them, and slow it down and like enhance the quality on it, and then be like, why is this not hitting them? But I know people are just gonna be like, lag on the other side, your shots aren't hitting. It's like, whatever, okay? I didn't get this in like the previous games that much. Like, it happens way more in this game is all I'm saying. So
you know the problem is, by the way, I should have added this for my seven. It's a multiplayer game, an online multiplayer game. The best part of the experience should be the online. If you're gonna have an online focused multiplayer game.
Yep. Well said. That's it. I agree. And also, you know, if you have a competitive online multiplayer game that's supposed to be taken seriously, it probably shouldn't be dropping frames. That's okay. I gotta keep dwelling on that. I'm sorry, it's inexcusable. I can't get over that the new map's frame drops. It's patched now, so like, cool, but what? I gotta harp on that the whole time. But anyways,
no, it's fair.
This is a great segue. I think we've given our general thoughts on Splatoon just as a whole so far. 7 out of 10 for you, 7.5 out of 10 for me. And we talked about the things that kind of drag it down from being a 10. But you know what? The rest of the game, though, and the content it has, it's good. Like, it keeps us
Good.
playing. It keeps us playing. So I think that in itself means it's a good game, but there's just some nasty things that hold it back. So we have to throw our score down a little bit. But all right, let's get into the Sizzle season because this is still nice and hot. Or should we call it Fizzle season? Because
The Fizzle season,
dude, I might make that like the thumbnail, like you and my like I'll put it in big text like Fizzle season, and then you and my character will like be looking at it like pondering it. That's my thumbnail idea. We'll see if I go with that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But yeah, some people are calling it Fizzle season because the game is
crying when
fizzling
I heard
out.
it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But okay, personally, and people already know this. For me, it is not the Fizzle season for two reasons, and both of those reasons are weapons. But okay, so we'll talk about kind of every new thing that the Sizzle season introduced. So here, let's just start with the positives. The weapons. Right. I will say, in my opinion, I think the weapons we got for the most part this season are the best that we've gotten from any season so far. Even better than the last one, the fresh season.
So you're saying without nostalgia, basically.
Yeah, without bias or nostalgia. Yes. Because, yeah, obviously, okay, I'm not even talking about my main weapons. Like, Wiper and Tetra, like, yeah, those kits are good, but, like, it's not just those. Like, the,
Nah.
Go ahead.
Nah, I agree. I still have an issue with, like, the system that they're doing, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Like, while, like, I don't really care about the fact that the S-Blast got, like, Sprinkler and worse kits have been made. Like, I'm not saying that's the most competitive viable, but like a lot of these kits were fun. And I think that's like in my opinion, I think that's a better thing. What sucks is that like they made it, the kits are like really contradicting when you look at like, well, Splash has Burst Bomb and and then you guys looked at CDS and gave it Beacon
Chumps.
Super Chump.
Yeah.
Why?
That's actually my biggest problem with the weapons we got this season. Just the fact that Dually Squelchers got Chump and Wiper got missiles. They should have flipped those. Like they absolutely should have flipped those. Wiper would work so much. Well, okay, I mean missiles works with Wiper because it's missiles, so it kind of works in anything. But Wiper would work so much better and have greater synergy with Super Chump than Dually Squelchers does. And Dually Squelchers had missiles in Splatoon 2, so it's not like that would be some far out thing. I'm surprised they didn't give it to that, to be honest. I wonder if like they just flipped that last second. I don't know.
Maybe.
It feels like a very weird swap to me, but I don't know. But yeah, like what you were saying though, like when I say this season has like the best kits so far, I'm not necessarily saying because the kits are like all competitively viable, because they certainly aren't, but they're just fun. I think
they're fun.
Yeah, they're fun. They're the most fun weapons we've had.
And the funny thing about it is the Anarchy, even though it frustrates me, bro, that weapon does not need to. It needs to pick a struggle. It's either like, and I understand it's supposed to be the in between, but it either needs to be like a 4-shot or just give it better, accuracy, just a little bit better. That's it. But once you get to like spamming jets, it's actually a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that thing does get a lot of inkjets. So I was gonna say like maybe it doesn't need anything else.
They're gonna nerf inkjet. Like the inkjet nerf is coming. Definitely.
It needs to happen. Inkjet is. I still prefer inkjet over crab tank, but inkjet is very like painful to deal against now. Unless you can master that squid roll dodge tech.
You should put up the clip of
Isabel dodging it.
Yeah, dodging it. That was insane. Yeah.
I'll put that up right now just so people, if they don't know what I'm talking about.
That's like when I look at the game, and I'll be honest with you, outside of that, I look at them just like, yo, this is the potential that I see for this game. Yeah. Like those type of heights and stuff like that. And I just hope they hit that. But yeah, weapons wise, I like the H3. My only issue, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Chase, my only issue is that I think that these weapons get brushed under the rug. Outside of the fact that, like, say for instance, Chase, you are the Tetra man, right?
Yes.
Chara is like the Blaster man.
Yep.
Right. dude is 96, right?
Yep.
But the problem that ends up happening is the other weapons in this like roster get underlooked because of the fact that they're all released on the same day. So instead of the fact that like, you know, and I don't even think like weapons are now not able to be content. And like, I think that it like takes away from even the community, because the fact is when the community got on for, say for instance, the dumbest weapon, it could have been the Clash Blaster Neo, right? But people would have got on to play the new weapon in the game.
Yeah.
And you've taken that away now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
like stuff gets. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because like people get on, they try everything, and then like there's not really one. They might stick with one, but like there's a lot less hype around said new weapon because they're all there together at the same time.
Right, and that's my whole thing, because like, say for instance, obviously yes, the paintbrush is the new weapon, but like obviously the S-Blast is like taking the show. But if that was on another day, like I feel like it would have been great. So that's my only thing.
Dude, it's pretty funny because you and I remember we would talk about that exact issue like before the game even came out, because we knew they were gonna do it like this, and we were worried like, like this is gonna be bad for content and like hype because all the weapons are coming out on the same day, and then like that's exactly what happened. So we predicted that one.
Like I forget, I'm gonna be honest with you, I forget that heavy splatling deco is in the game sometimes.
Yeah,
people use it though, but I forget it's there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, and I already made a whole video about this, but I just want to say wiper deco not as good as everyone made it out to be.
Can I be honest, man? I feel like people saw it, and I'm not gonna say that it's definitely gonna be like usable, but I don't think anything could take away from like what K-Shot had. Like,
yeah, and also you know
insane.
this thing doesn't have a bomb, so
it doesn't have bomb.
That's a big negative for it. But yeah, anyways, yeah, wiper deco not the apocalypse that we all thought it would be for this game. But yeah, weapons, huge positive for this season. Oh, and then I will say I do quite like how the new weapons they introduced, being the paintbrush and the S-Blast, are actually like good. Like, oh yeah, they're not like top tier or anything, but like they're fine. And paintbrush is usable. Paintbrush is annoying to deal with, actually, especially for my weapons. It is the Tetra counter, bro.
But isn't that an Octobrush just in general?
Yeah, it just brushes in general.
Let me not put out the sauce. I'm sorry, I apologize. Like a lot of people still don't understand about Octobrush, so it's all good. Yeah, it's just that Stamper's in this game.
Yeah, Stamper. Oh god. But yeah,
nerf.
Yeah. Dude, actually, here we can talk about that really fast. The nerfs I think the nerfs they brought this patch to Stamper and Machine, and okay, they sort of nerfed Splash, but not really. But those other two. Here's what I'm thinking, because so many people were saying, "Oh my god, it's so unnecessary. Why do they do that?" Here's the thing, bro. Those weapons are still viable, and I want to say good. So you know what that tells me? That the nerfs were justified, because the weapons are still usable and still good. Machine and Stamper are still good. Yeah, go ahead.
K52 stole the show in Splatoon 2, right?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like nobody talks about how they don't know how to adjust Machine. They don't know what to do with it. Since Splatoon 2, they don't know how to adjust it properly. They just don't know what to do with that weapon.
Well, that's just because in my opinion, it's just a poorly designed weapon, the way it fires.
Ooh.
But I won't get into that. I'm not just saying that because I died with a lot. Video. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But I just think just the way it fires with its big hitbox, I just don't think it's. And when I say it's poorly designed, I mean that in that they could either keep it how it is and people will always call it dumb, or they make it smaller, but then it's bad because it's not big enough. So it's like they've created this thing where they can't really like win with the weapon. Like it's either stupid or bad. Like there's no making it like fair might be the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Like where people don't complain about it, yet it's also still viable. Like there's no way to really do that with that weapon. And that's not the only thing in Splatoon that's like that. There's a lot of poorly designed both specials and weapons that have that same philosophy where like they're stuck in this little loop where it's either bad or people complain about it.
Right.
But yeah, so that's my opinion on Machine. Maybe I will make a video on that, but that's my tiny opinion on Machine. But yeah, anyways, back to the topic though. Like Machine and Stamper still viable, so therefore,
Yes, they are.
I think the nerf was good because the fact that they're still being used means that it was a good nerf, right?
Oh, it sends out a wall of ink. That weapon it will always be fine.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for the weapons. Again, big plus from us. Now, okay, we'll shift a little bit here. We'll talk about something that's maybe not so good. You know, I wonder if you know what we're about to talk about. You want to take a guess at something that's not so good this season, Ken?
Oh, you're not saying the challenges, are you?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so
well,
is it?
Well, here, okay.
It
Well, it's not all bad.
execution?
It's not all bad. Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right. Here's my view on challenges. The idea and what we've gotten so far in terms of the ideas that has been there, and then like the ones that have kind of been data mined or teased, they all sound awesome. And the challenges, like just in general, I think it's a great way to mix up Splatoon. It makes it wackier, it makes it fun, and that's what Splatoon is all about. And there's leaderboards too, so it can be competitive. Like everything seems good here, right? But there has to be one thing that screws it all over. And that is, well, okay, I actually made a video talking about another thing. Did you see that video, by the way, where I talked about the annoying amount of like rematches that it gives you?
I can't remember.
Okay, well,
I might have.
Yeah, well, here, just in a nutshell, for even maybe some people watching didn't watch that video, I just talk about how for me at least, I know some other people didn't have this problem. It puts you against the same team again and again and again.
Yes.
And I think that's stupid for these challenges, given that it's only a 2-hour window and, it's competitive. Like, they encourage you to go for the top 5%. So, like, that, like, scuffs your power up if you face the same team again and again.
Yes. Kiver was talking about this. Yes. Because they couldn't get their power high enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, either you keep facing the same team that, like, you have way higher power than, so you don't gain anything, or you keep facing a team that owns you, and then your power just keeps decreasing. But I know some people might be wondering more what I mean, so go watch that video if you're curious about more so the specifics. But yeah, so that's a problem that I have with it, but I'm not gonna act like that's a problem that everyone else has with it, because I haven't really heard many people complaining about that. But what people do have a problem with that seems to be very universally agreed upon is the rotation / scheduling with these. And yeah, so I assume everybody who's watching knows, but just quick rundown. For some reason, these are only each individual challenge is only available in 3 2-hour rotations, spread across like a day, spread across 24 hours.
Yes, yeah, 24 hours it seems. Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, this creates some problems. Because 3 2-hour periods is not enough time for a large majority of people to be able to.
And they're JP focused.
Yes, but like, even with that though,
they could have been on the weekend.
Yeah, but like, okay, I don't live in Japan, I don't know, but like, I imagine there's still a lot of people in Japan who can't play them still, even if it's at good times for them, because it's only 2-hour blocks. Yeah.
Right.
It's not okay. Well, at least in the U.S., it's not horrible times for us. Like, okay, one of the times is bad for us because it's like at 1 or 2 a.m. or something. But like the rest of them are fine. Like they're during the day. Bro.
Well, you're in.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. The first one, which is usually it's like 7 or 8 p.m. for me. But yeah, like for you, like EST, yeah, that's kind of late actually.
And then like the next one is also like 2 to 4. So for most people, they're not like able to actually do that over here unless you're like obviously a kid or
all I gotta say is a West Coast, best coast. But yeah, so
right.
Yeah, it definitely caters more to PST than EST
Yeah.
with those times. But yeah, like, you know, like, and I made a tweet about this, but I don't think I've ever seen a feature. I want to say just in Splatoon, but maybe just in a competitive online game in general. I don't know if I've ever seen a feature like this that's like been so universally hated by everyone. I have not seen a single person say like, "Oh yeah, I like that it's 2-hour rotations."
No, when I've seen a few, but
Oh, you have? Oh my gosh.
when-
I just try to imagine like what's the justification? Like, yeah, I like the exclusivity with the 2-hour periods.
some people like from what I've seen is it's more like, oh, maybe it like it wouldn't be played this, that, and the other. I'm not saying that it has to be like super frequent, but like at least on like a Sunday for like 6 hours.
Yeah,
or
like
something like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it needs to be all day, like a big run or a Splatfest, but like 2 hours is too short. It needs to be
honest,
4.
why not? Why not just have it for the weekend?
I
Like,
don't know.
You have 4 options. Think about it. Like you have 4 options of like, and I'm not even saying that I want to play too many Trizukas over and over again, because that gets kind of insane.
Yeah.
But like, what's the Sheldon samplers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd play that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I got personally pissed at it, but that's just because I was unlucky. But yeah, yeah, like it's a fun mode. Like people wouldn't have a problem with that being the whole weekend. I don't get why it's not.
No, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that.
Yeah, it's just classic Splatoon one step backwards. Like many steps like forward, one step back.
It was like a balloon deflated, man. It was like they showed all this cool stuff in like the trailer. And then it was like, yeah, 2 hour, like, what's it called? Oh,
yeah, it's
here's
like
Turf War.
Oh.
The next one is we have another one, Splat Zones. You guys want to play Splat Zones for 2 hours, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we totally don't have open, which is the same exact thing. That also gives you a power. It's like I don't get that one. Like I'm totally down for all the ones with gimmicks. Oh wait, actually, Ken, no, you're wrong. Actually, the Turf War one, there was a gimmick.
What?
That you don't get to use your sub abilities.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. No, they're training you guys for your tournament.
Yeah, because that's how you got to play in their official tournaments. No sub abilities.
That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good old time. Yeah. So challenges are great, but also awful. I think is the best way to describe it.
Oh man, I think the biggest fumble, right? Even if that wasn't the case, but like, why not have them in PBs? Why not?
Okay, so with that, and this goes for Tricolor too, I think they're gonna pull a thing where it will be in PBs, but not till like once the game is dead.
That's not content, man.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's horrible for content, but I don't think Nintendo cares about that. Because, like, in Splatoon 2, they let you do the Splatfest colors in PVs, but only, like, after the final version of the game came out. So, yeah, like, in, a year, a little over a year, maybe, we'll get to do it in PVs when no one cares about this game anymore, and Splatoon 4 was announced already. But, yeah, that'll be fun then. Anyways, all right, let's bring up the mood a little bit. Let's talk about the stages that was introduced in. Well, we already talked about Barnacle and Dime, so let's talk about Humpback. What do you think of Humpback? Because personally, I actually quite like Humpback. I know it's not the most. I know it's not the most competitively viable map because it's very spammy with the specials and stuff. But it's just a fun map. It's a good old time. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's still just a reminder that like the Splatoon 2 maps were definitely a better direction in my opinion. It's open, it has like, places for you to go, and like even just places to watch. So like I like it. It's not amazing, but
I'm the same. Like, it's not amazing. Like I think Max and Maria is better, but Humpback.
I do also.
Yeah, but Humpback is still fine. Still hoping for the Reef. I hope that's the next Splatoon 2 map they bring back. I love the Reef. And they're probably... You know what? That's my prediction actually. So I think in the next season we're gonna get Bluefin Depot from Splatoon 1. That's the one they're bringing back.
That would be massive.
Well, see, you think it will be, but then they're gonna, condense it like they did with all the other Splatoon 1 maps.
They're gonna get rid of that snipe where you can like jump and like shoot into the grates.
Oh yeah, that just won't be there. They're gonna get rid of the sides too. Like it's just the center part. That's all it's gonna be. And then we'll get that for the next one, and then they're gonna bring back the reef for the following one. That's my prediction for the returning maps. But yeah, anyways, off topic again. But the new maps for this season, it's a plus for me. I like them.
Right.
They are not horrible. All right, another bad thing. Let's talk about the catalog. More specifically,
why is that bad?
Well, okay, there's one specific thing about the catalog that I think is bad, and that is the lack of returning gear.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, okay, so when I say catalog, I know, like, technically, like, if there was returning gear, it wouldn't actually be in the catalog, like, it would be in the shops, but, like, I kind of group all that together. Like, all the gear-related stuff, I just umbrella term that as catalog.
Right.
But, yeah, so it's like, what, 5 pieces of returning gear this season? It was something really low. Maybe it was, like, 10. But...
Is there something you're specifically waiting for?
Yeah, I want the truffle canvas high tops back.
Oh my goodness! I knew it was because of the fact that you're waiting for a pair of shoes.
But that's not why. Like, no. Like, I don't really care. I don't need the shoes back. But like, I'm just saying that is one that I want back. But like, no, like we should have more than that. Like, the other seasons had way more? It's like, why is it suddenly like did they forget?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. But
is there a reason why?
Idea.
Like, it's not like we got an absurd amount of other new clothing items. It's not like it's a balance thing. So
yeah, I have no idea about that one. Like, there's I feel like especially with what you're saying about returning, they should just like bring them back, especially for the first year or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe like I'm hoping there again. I still hope that like we're just gonna get a large installment.
Yeah, maybe 1 year. Maybe they're saving it. Oh wait, what? Wait, what? That would be kind of a really funny like strategy of them, but also really lazy. But like, what if like how we're saying like, oh, we want the 1 year celebration to be really big. What if they just took the gear that they're going to give us like returning from this season and just saved it till next season so they could double up on it and be like, oh yeah, there's a lot of content for this one.
Hey man, that would be the strategy.
Yeah, that would be so scummy of them to do, but also like kind of smart at the same time. So I wouldn't blame them. I doubt it though. Like I doubt we'll get. I really doubt we'll get like that much more gear the next season. I hope I'm wrong though.
Oh, I really hope you're wrong because like with the hopes of the side order and stuff like that, I'm really hoping that they just like drop a bomb that day.
Yeah. Like imagine like side order plus a huge season.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd give us so much content. But yeah, okay, but let's see. So we talked about the gear, but like in terms of the catalog itself, it's fine. The emotes, I feel the same way I do about the emotes all the other seasons. Like there's like 2 or 3 that I like, and the rest I think are not that great. But
right.
And then I don't know, like the gear for the catalog, the brand new gear is fine. It's nothing that I would put on my character. I actually liked the stuff that was in the last season's catalog a bit more in terms of like the gear.
Right.
But it's fine. To each their own on that. That's very subjective. So you play a lot of Salmon Run, right? You've been playing a lot of Salmon Run.
Yes, I do.
What do you think of the new Salmon Run stage? What's it called? Like it's called like Slammin' Lammin'
Junction.
Wait, what did I say? Slammin' Lammin'?
Slammin' Jammin' Junction.
Salmon. That's a tongue twister. Salmon Jammin' Junction. There you go.
Slammin'.
Oh, slammin'.
Jammin'.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just tell me your opinion on it.
Oh my god.
I cannot say that for the life of me.
So I'm gonna be honest. It's just them doing another great job of making good SR maps. This is like the opposite of like what everything that you had for like PvP is like this is the total opposite.
Do you think
Like,
it's a different team like working on the salmon stages?
Yes, I really do. I really do. It shouldn't be that surprising, but I really do think that like there is
Maybe
some
it's
other
just,
team.
maybe it's just the whole team like working on salmon run while the other team works on PvP. Maybe it's that.
I don't know, man. But yeah, I think it's really good. Like it's not like, obviously aesthetically, like it's not like something super crazy, but the flow of how it goes about it, I actually genuinely really like it. So it's not. It's just a good. It's just a good salmon run map.
Yeah. Like
Genuinely.
you played it more than me, but I played one rotation on it for like about an hour, and it seems good to me. Like I liked what I saw. I will say it seems really tiny on high tide. Like
Yeah.
what's that one? I don't know the official name. The Goldie Seeking or whatever, where they come out of the gushers. Like, dude, there's only like 3 or 4 gushers on the high tide. Which
I don't know.
if you're an overfisher and you go for high egg counts, it's actually good because there's
Right.
less of a random chance of like finding it. So it's good for that, but just like in terms of like space to move around, it seemed very tiny. But like that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just something I noticed.
Hey, see, what you're saying is that this sounds like a skill issue. It's okay.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that. Okay,
let me
so
stop,
but
let me stop.
no. But the salmon stage, it's good. That's a plus. And here we got one last thing to talk about. I mean, at least that I want to talk about for the Sizzle season. That is the quality of life changes to Anarchy Open. And this is honestly one of the best things that was introduced this season.
You think
But
so?
at the same time, why was it introduced this season? It should have been there from the start of the game.
Why do
But-
you? So I have to ask you, why do you think that change was a good change?
Well, of course, there's the quality of life stuff, like how you could stay in the room with your friends now. You don't have to leave to change your weapon and stuff. You can like get tickets and stuff while you're playing with them, and then you can get a power now, which So I know people have different opinions on this. It's not like how it was in Splatoon 2. It is not.
Nope, not at all.
It's literally. Well, here's my main issue with it. They did not change the matchmaking at all. I thought they would, and I looked forward to that like a lot. But then I played it. It's like, oh, it's still this shit matchmaking that was in open before, but just like you get a power now.
Have you played with 3 people?
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
It is a very poor experience.
Is it because it puts you against other quads?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you get stuck with a random who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And it's not the random's fault.
Yeah. Well, okay, you know what? Like, with that specific thing you're talking about, with the 3-person thing, that does suck, but like, how do you fix that?
No, you're right.
Like, there's not. I think the only way to solve that is just don't let people play in teams of 3, which is what Splatoon 2 did.
I think that was like one of the better choices in my opinion. Obviously, more options is better. Cool, but I do think that like that option for either league for like duels or quads, I feel like that was something that helped out a lot.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
it really did.
That 3-person thing, yeah, it does suck. But like, my main problem with the open still is just that, like, why am I getting put against like a team of 4 when I'm playing with 1 person?
1 person? No, yeah, you're right.
It's like I was excited because I thought because they made it sound, actually word for word, they said just like League in Splatoon 2. They made it sound like it would be a return to form. But in that game, pairs would only get matched with other pairs, and quads would only get matched with other quads. But in this game, that is not the case at all. You will get mixed and matched like a... I don't even... Yeah, no. It's just bad. But even with saying that, though, I do like the power, even if it's like totally like brushed aside in this game. Like,
right.
Now, I've actually told some people this, but I actually kind of like that because you know how like you have to actually like press the L button to see what your power is?
Right.
I actually, I think I'm crazy for saying this. I actually kind of like that because sometimes you're just playing for fun. You don't care about a power. You just want to play for fun. You just want to have fun with your friends. And if that's the case, sometimes, maybe you lose a lot. You don't have to see your power. You don't have to care about it. Whereas in Splatoon 2, it would shove that down your throat. Like if you lost all your games, like 1800 minus 70, like it would just shove it in your face, kind of like how X rank would do it, right? And that at least for me, that was kind of like a mood killer when I play with my friends. I'd be like, oh yeah, our power sucks, great. It's like it makes you feel kind of bad about yourself. But in this game, like right. you check it if you want to. And the people who care about it, you just press one button, you see it, it's there. If you don't care about it, you never have to see it. So that's what I like about it. But at the same time, I could see how people would miss the way it worked in Splatoon 2, where like the power seemed to mean a lot more. Also, it's worth noting that there is no way to check like a leaderboard for open now.
That's so weird.
Yeah, like again, I'm in the minority here. I don't mind that because I didn't really like.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like how people could like creep your power. Like if like someone faced you a lot and they like want to like make fun of you, like if they beat you and see what your power you got, like I don't really like that. But I'm in the minority with that. I know most people don't care about that. But I will say it is strange that you can't look at it. Like why not just have it on the app? Like they have it for the challenges. Is it in Splatoon 2? You could. So I'm just confused why it's not there. But again, it's not a big deal. Like I don't care. But it's just strange that it's not there. Is the best way to put it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree fully.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's was there anything else that the Sizzle season added really? I don't think so, right? We kind of talked about all the big stuff.
I think so, to be honest. Like I think a lot of it. Yeah, no. I think we talked about a lot of it.
Yeah. So as a whole, Sizzle season.
Somebody will mention Table Turf, but I still haven't played it.
Oh, what the cards they added? Then they only add cards or something.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, yeah, like the previous one, they added like online table turf. That was good. That's good. I still don't play it, but that's a good addition. That's good. But yeah, I think all they added was just cards for this one. So I don't think it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like, okay, what the art on the cards looks good. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, I have nothing else to say outside.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our thoughts on the Sizzle season. I think that it's fine. Like of all the stuff we talked about, I feel like half the stuff we liked and half the stuff we didn't like. So it's like, yeah, it's fine, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right.
For me personally, it is my favorite season, but as I hinted at before, it gets hard carried by the weapons because my main weapons got new kits. So of course I'm going to like this season. But like if you're someone who didn't get a new weapon this season, like I don't know what, if you're like a bamboo main or like a flingza main or an e-liter main, what does this season really have for you? Like I just can't imagine there's that much to be excited about. But maybe people are. Yeah. So there's that. There's one last thing I wanted to go over with you just quickly before we end it off here. I just want to ask, like, what do you think could have made the season a little better? Or like, I guess another way to phrase it is just like, what do you think this game still needs specifically to like really raise the bar, as you said before?
I think it needs more. In my opinion. I think that like a lot of these content updates aren't enough, in my opinion.
Okay, so you're just saying like more content in general that it's added.
Look at it like this, right? As a Bamboozler player, you have to wait how long to get another kit?
It's literally going to be. It might be longer, but it might not. It might be longer than a year. That's a problem.
It might be longer.
If there's only going to be 12 weapons next season, they still might not get a new kit.
They still might not get a new kit, and that's my whole thing. Is like, I look at it as like at this point, how much longer can you look at maps and like, weapons as just like enough content when you're just like slapping it into the game at that point? Like that doesn't keep people like, coming back, in my opinion. And I really do think that they need to like reevaluate. I hope that they do, reevaluate how they go about it. Because say for instance, like a big run came and went, right? And it's just like, oh yeah, that big run was just like it was just a map like that everybody universally hates. Like
Yeah, that big run. Yeah, I guess we won't get into it, but I will just say because people are probably gonna say, "Oh, you didn't talk about Big Run." Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do anything for me. There's no new King Salmonid, which I found disappointing. I know why. It's because we got a new map this time, and I guess.
and if this Splatfest doesn't have a theme, like what are you gonna say?
Oh, you mean like the Zelda one?
Yeah.
See, okay, I'm not getting my hopes up for that because I feel like people are gonna start expecting that, and I'm just like, no, dude, that was like a one-time thing. I think that's how I view it. It would be nice if it wasn't, but I'm not getting my hopes up at all.
I'll give my full opinion on everything after at least 15 days to 30 days after the next season.
Okay. Yeah, here
1 year.
we'll do another. I don't know. Maybe we'll do another one before then, but we'll definitely do another one of these when that comes around. Maybe that's something we could definitely do. I mean, it won't be very often because we get a new season every 3 months, but like we could definitely do like a corner store episode like for every season. Just give our thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. But yeah. So in terms of what the game needs, I agree with you. More content. Like it just the way they're doing it, where like they dump everything at once. I feel like it needs a little more meat to the bone.
Also.
Like maybe 3 maps instead of 2. 2 is very low, if you ask me. Like
if it's a returning one, I agree with you also.
Yeah, like maybe. Yeah, like they don't have to create a. I mean, it'd be nice if they could, but like it could be like 1 new map and 2 returning. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Granted, as long as it's not like a awful returning one. Like don't bring back more.
Can I say this? I think that they need to inject turf war maps only in this game.
Like maps that are only turf, you mean?
Only turf, yes.
Definitely get more people to play it.
I think that like if there's one thing that I would really want from Nintendo to look at and evaluate, it's like why not bring back Moray Towers just as a turf war playlist?
Okay, I'd be down for that.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
these are maps that are really. I feel like they need to start understanding that turf war and rank are 2 different things, and they're 2 different types of players. A turf war player may never touch rank, and a rank player may never touch turf war unless it's for a tournament.
That's me.
and I feel like they need to start looking at these things. And yes, there are some people that like to play turf with their friends and stuff like that. But could you imagine if, like, say for instance, and I'm forgetting what's its rig,
Salt Spray?
Just came back. Yeah, Salt Spray rig came back as a turf war only map. I think that'd be big.
I haven't thought about that, but that's a good point you make. Like, yeah, bring back Moray, Salt Spray, Camp Triggerfish, Black Belly. Bring back all those genuinely hated maps just as turf war, because they won't be hated then.
It won't be hated.
Turf war is the gimmick mode, so bring it back then. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Do that. Listen, Nintendo, because you're totally watching this video. You should listen to us and add back. It wouldn't take that much effort. You don't have to make changes to them. Just port them. And then, that'll be some easy money right there. That'll get more people to play Turf War, which I know you guys want us to do anyways. So, but yeah. So for the season stuff, new maps, more maps, more. We should be getting more weapons. Like,
I agree.
12 or 13 kits is not enough. It should be like at the rate we're going, and I didn't come up with this. I saw this on Twitter, but people were saying like at the rate that it's like going right now, there's gonna be still weapons that don't get a 3rd kit by the time they stop supporting this game. So unless they start picking up the pace and like dropping like 20 weapons per season, like there's still gonna be like quite a few weapons that don't get a 3rd kit by the time they said they would stop supporting this game. So
you gotta find that tweet.
Yeah. I'll put it up on the screen right now if I can find it. But someone like did the math and then they figured out like how many weapons they need to like be adding in the future seasons for it to actually work out. But I doubt they will. Well, I don't see why they'll change it up. Maybe for the 1 year.
They won't.
But like after that though, like no, they're not going to. So
No, no.
But yeah, that is our thoughts on Splatoon 3 right now.
Yes, it is.
7 out of 10 and 7.5 out of 10. That's
Ooh,
what we will.
We might get some hate for this, man.
Hey, you know what? I think that's pretty good. For I think that's a
Good thing it's
totally fair
Good thing it's
score.
going on your channel. At least it's not mine.
But they will be directed to your channel now because you're about to plug yourself. So go for it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you guys don't know, make sure to check out Ken Knows It. You know, I upload Splatoon content. Make sure to sub the chase more. Get him to 30K.
Get Ken to 20. You're at what now? 14K?
Yeah, we're getting close to 15. I can't wait.
All right, yeah. Get Ken to 20. And yeah, well, you know, this was fun, man. I think I don't know if we'll do like as many corner stores as we once did because that was like weekly, but like I'd definitely be down to do more of these.
The game's not.
It's not giving us stuff to talk about. Like, what will we even?
No.
Like, what? We're just gonna hate on the maps every week? Like,
yeah,
like we don't even have much to talk about. I mean, if people want, you guys can drop suggestions in the comments if you want to hear us talk about something specific, and maybe we'll do it. No promises though, but yeah, we'll see what people suggest, and yeah. But yeah, guys, be sure to go subscribe to Ken. Ken Knows. Follow him on Twitch, TikTok. What else are you on, bro? Is that it? Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. That Ken knows it.
Yeah, Ken knows it. Ken does know it all.
No.
And also, yeah, guys, you know, if what he said is true and get hate for this video, make sure to go over to Ken's channel and also let him know that you didn't like our thoughts. But yeah, thank you so much for doing this, man. This was fun. It was a nice, like, nostalgic moment for us because it's been a long time since we've done one of these. So it's a good return to form. And I'm sure my OG viewers will appreciate it too because I know a lot of them was saying like, dude, bring back the corner store. So
no, I've had people talk about it also.
Yeah. People liked it, so I hope this pleases them for a little bit. But yeah, man, that is going to be all. I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Even if you don't agree with us, that is fine. Just be respectful, please, and say why you disagree. Don't be mean. No need for that. I say like people are gonna listen to that.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no way. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you all next time. Take care.